As everyone thought that my sudden fall was just a useless attempt to collide with the goddess and take her into my arms, I forcibly twisted my body mid-air and instead leaped toward my childhood friend standing right beside her. But at that crucial moment, that foolish girl, instead of catching me, lifted the watermelon in her hand up in the air. We both crashed hard onto the ground and stayed frozen there for a few seconds. Then, instead of checking on me first, she checked her watermelon. Only after making sure it was completely safe did she look at me and, with a strange smile, said, "Ha ha ha, Yin, are you okay?" I was completely speechless. What? Seriously, that stupid watermelon was more important than me? I asked through clenched teeth. Is that damn watermelon really that important? Hearing my voice, she jolted and nervously said, "You're important. Of course, you're more important." The crowd silently gave her a thumbs up, thinking she handled it well this time. I smiled faintly and said, "Really?" I looked her up and down, then stepped forward and lightly pinched her soft cheek. "Your body is more honest than your heart, isn't it?" After saying that, I snatched the watermelon from her hand and walked straight out of the cafeteria without looking back. She stood there alone, mumbling, "I'm really innocent. I didn't mean it like that." My brain just short-circuited for a second. Just then, G came over, placed a hand on her shoulder and said, "Girl, your first answer was perfect, but that last line was completely unnecessary. If I hadn't had that strange dream last night after returning to the dorm, if I hadn't realized that I was living inside a novel's world, in my dream the person I hugged was Xian, there was no way to avoid this now, and if I wasn't the most hated villain supporting character in that novel, the dream wouldn't slowly turn into reality. The plot had already begun. I would never chase after a girl like a madman. Last night, Yin invited me to the snack street. She was already waiting outside. The moment I saw her, my forehead creased. Her outfit was so strange it hurt my eyes. As soon as she saw me, she ran over. "Yin, I've been calling you. I really realized my mistake. Please don't be mad at me anymore. Just smile once, please." Students passing by were staring at us. Arguing with this silly girl was beneath me. I calmly said, "For the next month you'll wake up early every morning and bring me breakfast. Got it?" Her eyes sparkled. "Yes, sir. This little girl will happily follow your orders." Her bright smile almost made me want to increase her punishment. "And you'll run 2 laps on the track every day along with 20 sit-ups." Actually, this punishment wasn't much, but it was enough to teach her a lesson. She made an innocent face and said, "Physical punishment too? Then I'll bring you breakfast for 1.5 months instead of 1. She looked at me with big, innocent eyes. I had to admit, her face was really cute, but paired with that weird outfit, I couldn't look at her for long. I raised an eyebrow. "Want me to teach you what to do?" She instantly shrank back. "No, I don't have that kind of courage." She quickly tucked her hands in and stood straight, handing her snacks to the vendor. "I'll complete my mission honestly," she said with a hint of complaint in her voice. After that, we explored the entire snack street, eating everything that looked delicious. After filling our stomachs, we returned to college. I quickly lay down on my bed and started recalling last night's dream. The plot slowly became clear in my mind. First, bumping into the female lead. Second, a sudden meeting in the library. Third, an encounter on the sports ground, followed by constantly following her around, almost to the point of harassment. In short, none of those encounters were coincidences. Each one had been carefully planned. Realizing this, I sighed in relief. In the novel, I even remembered the female lead's daily schedule minute by minute, so unless I deliberately arranged something, it would be nearly impossible for us to meet, especially since she wasn't even in my class. With that peace of mind, I slept well. The next morning passed quickly. Before the first afternoon class, everyone stood under the tree discussing the class representative election. I was chatting with Yu Peng when someone tapped my shoulder. Turning around, I saw Jonin smiling sweetly. She grabbed my hand and pulled me aside. "There's a chance the 1,000-meter run this morning might get cancelled." I calmly replied, "Maybe, but the sit-ups will increase to 30. She saluted immediately. "Yes, sir, I'll complete them later." Then she returned to her line. Soon, a girl from our class approached her. "Is that guy your boyfriend?" Jonin shook her head. "Boyfriend? We haven't even thought about that yet." The girl smiled. "Oh, so he's not your boyfriend yet. That makes things easier." Meanwhile, I was talking near the sports equipment when suddenly a basketball flew toward me at full speed. As I reached out to catch it, a girl suddenly appeared in front of me, lost her balance, and collided with me. We both fell hard. My palms scraped badly against the ground, and the skin peeled off. Seeing my bleeding hands, the girl looked panicked. "Are you okay? I saw the ball coming and stepped in front of you. But you got hurt instead. Let me take you to the infirmary." Yupeng angrily snapped. "Do you even know your limits? If you hadn't interfered, he would have caught it himself." A crowd gathered. The girl tried to help me up, but I immediately asked, "Where's Jonin?" "She's not here," someone replied. Xian said, "I'll take you to the infirmary." But I didn't want to go with her. Instead, I pointed at a chubby girl at the edge of the crowd. "Hey, can you help me? I don't know the way to the infirmary." Xian frowned, confused. Why would I ask a stranger when she was right there? Under everyone's curious gaze, the girl quietly led me to the infirmary. The nurse checked my injuries and applied medicine. When iodine touched my wounds, it felt like fire. I clenched my teeth, trying not to make a sound, but a faint groan escaped. Seeing me endure the pain, the girls looked worried. "If it hurts, just say it," one of them said softly. After dressing my wounds, the nurse instructed me carefully. "Don't let the wounds get wet. Come back in 2 days." When we came out, Huri stepped forward. "You've helped enough. I'll take him to class." But the chubby girl smiled. "It's okay, I'm not tired, I'll take him." Meanwhile, Xian silently watched everything, feeling that I was deliberately avoiding her. Just then, Jonin rushed in like a storm. Seeing my condition, she looked worried and immediately supported me. "Let me take you to class." I smiled at the other girl. "Thank you, but this will be more convenient." Back in class, a girl quietly placed a cup of hot water on my desk and ran away, her face red. Later, Jonin messaged me, "Cafeteria?" I replied, "Takeout. I'll wait at the campus plaza." We ate together, and she mentioned a client opportunity. After checking the details, I decided to take the job despite her concern. That night, chaos erupted in the school forum. Someone had uploaded my photo from the sports ground. Within minutes, everyone started talking about it. New campus god. He could easily become the campus idol. But there were haters too. The next day, a group of boys entered the classroom. "Who is Chin-chan?" I stood up calmly. "Who are you?" The leader smirked. "I'm Cheng Wei. You're the new transfer student, right? But why haven't I heard of you?" I understood immediately he was checking my background. I smiled and said, "You're right. I come from a very ordinary family. We barely have money. Just enough to buy lollipops." He was stunned. Who talks about being poor with such confidence? He tried provoking me, but I responded calmly, even supporting the pairing of Xian and Du Yuming. The class burst into laughter. Eventually, Cheng Hui backed down. "I just came to make friends." I smiled innocently. "Your way of making friends is quite unique." After they left, everyone praised me, but I knew this was just the beginning. A villain supporting character's story always starts brightly, only to end in complete humiliation. And I was right in the middle of it.